Is there a cap or maximum on the total amount of interest that can be capitalized for property, plant, and equipment that is either acquired or constructed? And actually, there is. Because entities are required to use the weighted average cost of borrowing, it's possible that the actual interest incurred is less than the interest calculated on the general borrowings used for the acquisition or construction. In that case, the entity can only capitalize the lesser of the calculated interest at the weighted average cost of capital and the total interest incurred by the entity. Let me just write that down. So the maximum is the lesser of. So there is a maximum. You cannot capitalize more than the interest costs you actually incurred. That seems to make sense, but let's just do an example to demonstrate what it means. Let's assume that there is no construction-specific borrowing. We're going to assume the general borrowing used for construction is, let's do 12 million. The company's weighted average cost of capital is 7%. Total interest costs incurred for the year are $815,000. Now, let's do the calculation. Interest on the construction-specific loan, of which we don't have any, is 0, but we always have to consider it, so I put it down. Now we have to look at the general borrowing used in construction. We know we used $12 million. We have to multiply it times the weighted average cost of capital, 7%. This is going to be equal to $840,000. Total calculated interest is $840,000. But the total interest incurred is equal to only $815,000. Therefore, interest capitalized is capped at $815,000 because a company can never capitalize more than they have actually incurred.